All right, what's good, y'all? Samir Chibane, founder of the eCom Incubator, where we help e-commerce entrepreneurs start and scale their e-commerce businesses. Now, I want to share a valuable lesson from some research I was doing this morning on Google. Okay, I think it's a valuable lesson that anybody or any e-commerce entrepreneur that's struggling with finding a hot product, okay, or a good product, or just struggling with even getting the confidence to test a product. Here's a valuable lesson that Google, or I should say Alphabet, all right, come to find out, Google was reconstructed back in 2015 and is now owned by a company called Alphabet. Okay, this is their website right here, abc.xyz. There isn't much on it, and so to learn more about it, I looked up their financial report called the 10K form. Essentially a 10K form, or I'm a bit of a nerd, if you guys haven't noticed. I don't really do much but just work and hang out with family and whatnot, and sometimes do stupid shit. But listen, that's what you get when I don't really plan these videos out, right? Say random stuff like that. Now, the way I even got into 10K forms and looking into companies in this manner is because back in, I would say like about a year or so ago, my cousin and I were taking a private jet from Massachusetts over to New York. One of our buddies just hooked us up, so I said, why not? Let's try it out. It's it'll be a fun experience. But I met this guy on there, okay, and his name was, I forget his name, honestly. The first name that comes to mind is Chad, but I mean, he looked like a Chad, but it was not Chad. Anyways, that's not important. Okay, he was a real estate developer, also an investor, and he recommended, after we got into it for a while, he recommended that if you wanted to learn more about business in general, what you really need to do or make a habit out of is reading 10K forms, because it's a form that they submit to the Securities and Exchange, the SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission, and also that's where they submit to their investors who invest millions, if not billions of dollars into their company. So not only do they need to tell them everything from their risk factors to their overall company, summary and the state that it's in, but also their future investments, okay? And so there was a section in their 10K form, okay, that I pulled up here, and there was a really good part, okay, so from Alphabet, right? There's a really neat part in here that I think would help out a lot of, like I said, a lot of e-commerce entrepreneurs that just struggle with, there you go, I even have it highlighted, that struggle with, getting the confidence, okay? How do you find a hot product, Samir? How do you start a, how do you find the right product to launch? Well, here's how Alphabet, okay, makes their investment. This is how they grow their company. First of all, they continue to invest in our existing products and services, as well as developing new products and services through research and product development. Okay, this is the point right here. We often release early stage products. Okay, We then use data and user feedback to decide if and how to invest further in those products. All right. Now, two things that really stick out there, right? The first one is that they often, well, first of all, they double down on the products or services that are making the money, which is Google. That's their biggest play right now. Okay, all the other smaller companies across different channels like artificial intelligence or security, home security, like the company Nest and stuff like that. They call those other bets. Okay, they're smaller plays that they invest their money into, and essentially they take the product to market, and then they use data and user feedback to make a decision on if and how to scale those products or services. All right, so that's the same mentality that I had to take on when I was just I was in a stage, or my business partner and I were in a stage where we were only launching or testing products that we were emotionally tied to, okay, that we knew a little bit about, or that we use or we would buy. But come to find out, okay, the best way to actually launch an e-commerce business and find that hot product the real, I mean, you can sit there, you can find all the best ads, you know, somebody could tell you they're making, you know, a killing from it, but at the end of the day, okay, at the end of the day, the only way for you to see success in e-commerce or really any other business is to actually launch that product. Okay, launch that product and then use data and user feedback to either scale it or not. Okay, and there's so many other entrepreneurs out there that I've met, people like Ty Lopez, Alex Meir, Grant Cardone, that say the same exact thing. You'll never know until you actually launch that product. And the significant part that really, another significant part that really stuck out was early stage products. So early stage is another way of saying a minimum viable product, right? Just a product or service that you're not really, you know, trying to perfect, right? It's not at its perfect state. And essentially you're just launching it to get data and user feedback, right? Because before you put in all that work, before you invest all that money into, let's say, a full-blown brand, what you would first want to do is build a micro brand, right? You build the micro brand to then get user feedback and data to whether you're gonna go ahead and scale it or not. All right, now if you're struggling with e-commerce, highly recommend you check out our e-commerce incubator mastermind. All right, e-commerce incubator mastermind. We do live masterminds every single week. We also do, you also get instant access to a bunch of pre-recorded content, tons of tools and resources to help you start your e-commerce business. All right, if you're looking to scale your e-commerce business, just go ahead and check out the free case study right below it. All right, so the first one is for beginners that are just getting started and want more lessons like this right here on a day-to-day basis. You can go ahead and check it out. All right, if you're looking to scale, maybe you're just drop shipping right now, getting some smaller results, go ahead and check out the free case study on how we build what we call micro brands. All right, so hopefully you got some value out of that. Hopefully that gives you the gives you the ability to move and test a product, move forward to test a product, even if you're not, you know, so excited about it. Because if you have all the right signs, like from yesterday's video that I dropped on how to find the best products to sell, right, the best e-commerce products to sell, once you find some, you know, some green lights, right, that there's actually a trend and or demand for that product. Like Alphabet only invests in products that are, or in industries and markets that are in demand and trending, like artificial intelligence, augmented reality, right, et cetera, et cetera. So the same thing you have to do, right? You can't just be trying to invest in something that's like way outdated, you know, no longer in demand. Peace. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, do what you gotta do.